Hello, hello, hello. It worked that time. I had a few technical issues. It kept crashing. The stream was there and then it wasn't. But this is coffee time, I believe. I think it's coffee time. And this is where we look at the news. Top news, Mark Drayford, Labour's leader of the, Welsh Labour, I guess you'd call it. He's left, he's out, he's gone. It's all 20 miles an hour. That's what it is. He left at 20 miles an hour. It was a shock resignation as First Minister. He's gone. He's out. Which is, I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I don't know what the opinion of him is in Wales at the moment. I thought he wasn't he popular? But here he is giving his resignation speech. So all happening there. Meanwhile, we have a follow-up to a story we covered. The story of he was Matthew Viner, but now he's Melissa Putin. It's complicated, but we live in this topsy-turvy world where you can be anything you say you want to be. I'm just waiting for the Daily Mail website to catch up. I think it's ready now. Yeah, this is the aspiring transgender MP Melissa Putin initially ran as a Conservative candidate as a man for Wyre Forest District Council as Matthew Viner in 2019 local elections, but now he does this, and that's fine. That's fine. Again, that's fine. You can do whatever you want. But apparently his missus and his stepson have also stepped in and branded him a man in a wig. Yeah, they were shocked and they were left devastated by. They've put her decision, but it is a man after all, his decision to become a woman, because if you put on a wig and a dress, that automatically makes you a woman now. It's amazing. What a great world we live in. And they want nothing to do with him. Yeah, like I said, he originally ran as Conservative candidate and is now standing as a Green Party parliamentary candidate for Bromsgrove. This is after transitioning, just putting on a wig and saying you're a woman. It's all you need to do these days. He's accused Tory Party Deputy Chair for Women, Rachel McLean, of gaslighting and transphobia and dog whistling after they described him as a man in a wig who calls himself a proud lesbian. Again, he's in relationship with another man who dresses as a woman, and they're lesbians. No, they're two men in a homosexual relationship who dress as women. That's fine. That's fine, but don't call yourself a woman. It's a nonsense. Language is important. If you start changing the meaning of words, then we have chaos. But yeah, Melissa's stepson, Ollie Porter, said that his mother has been left heartbroken by the split and said it's devastated the whole family, especially my mother. And here he is with his mum. Here they are. We don't speak to this person, and my mum doesn't want anything to do with them. They don't exist as far as we're concerned. If there is any contact, then it's usually something to do with a domestic matter, but it's very minimal. He was speaking from the former marital home his mother and Melissa shared in Kidderminster in Worcestershire. He added, I think him living like a woman had been going on for some time, even before he told my mum about it. He was doing it in secret. It's been very hard for him. For her, him, her. Who's he? This is it. This is what happens when you mix it up. It's been very hard for her because she didn't know anything about it. He's talking about his mother, I think. Until one day in December, just before Christmas, he sat her down and told Mum that he planned to become a woman. It was a real bombshell for her, and she's still getting over it. Again, this is the notion of the trans widow. You know, you're in a relationship with a man and suddenly He's not who you think he is. So yeah, this one's rumbling on and on. Remember, vote Green, vote for Melissa Putin. Used to be a Tory. That's all you've got to remember. Used to be a Tory. That's the big takeout from this. Good news, everybody. John Venables, one of the murderers of James Bulger, is staying inside. Yes, his bid for release has been rejected by the parole board. He claimed he's been completely rehabilitated. He's a wrong one. And they said no. Good. That's it. That's all you need to know. I know. Meanwhile, let's go to, this is in Bideford, down in Devon, where, well, I don't know if we do want to go there. This is a well, like I say, it's in Bideford, but it's all kicking off. Shall we see what's happening? Here we go. It's all kicking off. He's running amok. He's running amok. Let's see that again. He rams him. He knocks him over. Oh, the humanity. So what's going on here then? I don't know. Shall we read on? It's not what you think. It's not what you think. This isn't a standard altercation on the pavement. Oh no. A war erupted outside a bakery after a pensioner on a mobility scooter appeared to run down another man because he bought the last pasty. Yes, top news, everyone. The extraordinary scenes which took place in the port town of Bideford were captured on video by witnesses. Witness Oak Lee said she saw the OP take it out on a few people. She said they were arguing because he had the last pasty from the bakery and then he bumped into him. He was taken out on a few people there. You can see the words are being exchanged in the still here. You can see that I wanted that pasty. They don't like him when he's hangry. So yeah, he ran him down. And what else happened? Is there any? Meanwhile, this is the local PCSO riding the seized mobility scooter back to the police station. They seized his mobility scooter. This can't be right. How did he get back? The Devon and Cornwall police were later able to identify the man with the mobility scooter. It was then seized by police, resulting in the comical scenes as one PSO was pictured riding it back to the police station. A spokesman for Bideford Police said residents of Bideford may have seen this slightly unusual sight today, and while we're an equal opportunity employer, no, we currently don't have any plans to launch mobility scooter patrols. Oh, they're taking this seriously. We attended an incident early today which led us seizing a mobility scooter, which one of our officers then had to ride back to the station! We've identified the owner, but all other parties had already been left prior to our arrival. We don't currently have any victims that have come forward to us. But you can report the incident to them, quoting the appropriate log number 298. There you go. So don't buy the last pasty in Bideford. Meanwhile, the battered Turkish referee we saw yesterday was released from hospital and is recovering. He suffered from swelling and a small fracture after he was viciously punched on the pitch. Again, just waiting for it to wake up. Come on, Daily Mail, you can do it. It's all these pop-ups. That's what it is. There are so many pop-ups on the Daily Mail website that it just blocks everything else. Yeah, here he is. Leaving hospital, as you can see, he's still quite bruised, but he's out. He left Ankara Hospital Wednesday morning, and the league is still set for a week-long suspension, with the referees deciding what to do, whether to go back or not. So What else have we got here? Meanwhile, celebrity news. This is the moment when Jimmy Tarbuck was involved in a hit and run. He just smashes into that car, just carries on. Who'd have thunk? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the 83-year-old smashed the right side of his 2-litre green Lexus into back of a parked car in one of southwest London's most exclusive neighbourhoods. Wait a minute, what's he doing there? He should have been in Liverpool. And the footage was caught on a Ring doorbell, apparently. Yeah, it lifted him off. It lifted 2 wheels off the ground as he damaged the vehicle, and he drove away from the scene. And yeah, he was in court. He's in court today. About the incident. He did not appear before Lavender Hill Magistrates Court yesterday, where he pleaded guilty to the offence by post. The collision occurred in Coombe Gardens, New Malden, near Tarbuck's home in Coombe Park, Kingston upon Thames, a private gated community, and he pleaded guilty to driving without due care and attention, failing to stop and failing to report an accident. He was fined £716, £110 costs, in order to pay us £286 victim surcharge. His clean driving licence was endorsed with 5 penalty points. And so yeah, but you know what you say? They say winner takes all. God, that's an old joke. I think the missus might get that one though. I think she might get that one. Meanwhile, Spain records its highest ever December temperature of 29.9 degrees. Oh, I could do with some of that sun. Can we go and move to Spain? God, if only some idiot hadn't voted to leave the EU, we could be living in Spain right now, missus. If I could find that guy who voted to leave the EU, I'd give him a piece of my tiny mind. Yeah, so it's phew, what a scorcher. Much of Northern Europe shivered in wintry conditions, whilst Malaga hit 29.9 amid a freak heat wave. And local weather data revealed that Valencia had highs of 27, while Alicante reached 24. Those are still lovely temperatures, and they've got pictures enjoying themselves, people enjoying themselves on the beach. And this couple are really enjoying themselves on the beach. There we go. Something for the dads there and the mums as well. So let's go. Oh, phew! What a scorcher! I want to go there. I mean, we're supposed to be getting 14 degrees next week, apparently. Yeah. So that should be toasty. What else have we got? Here we go. Are you a fan of the Russians? You might be a fan of Putin. Do you want to help support the FSB veterans? They're the special forces, the Russian special forces that have fought in Ukraine. Well, now you can help thanks to a new calendar that's come out, and you can have a picture of Vlad on your wall. Is he Mr. January? I'm not sure. Look at those biceps. I think some artistic license may have occurred. Yeah. So there you go. And that's them. Is that storming the White House? It is. Shit. Oh, this isn't good. Oh, what have I clicked on? Russian bear. Mind you, looks a bit like Frank Spencer from Some Mothers Do Have Them. Oh, Betty, I've gone and done a whoopsie in the woods. blimey. Dramatic stuff. Again, this is for hardcore. It's a bit fascistic, some of this stuff, isn't it? And of course, every girl loves a soldier, and children too can feel safe. And even cats, even animals. FSB are even friends to animals. That's not what I heard. I heard they shot the dogs in the Ukraine. And I don't even know what the fuck that is. Oh, that's a Cherubrushka, which is a popular character from Russian children's fairy tale. Okay. It looked good on the wall. Yeah, it's certainly cheery, isn't it? Well, there you go. 40 quid will secure you one of those fantastic calendars. Oh my god. Oh, can I do this? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I don't want to do it, but I think this person needs to be named. This is a distressing story about animal cruelty. You've been warned. Turn away now. This is a story of Kim Norman Rendell. And I mean, it's just so horrific. He was videoed, and thankfully I'm not going to play the video. I don't know if there is video, but I'm not going to play it if there is. But there's a still image which is all you need to see of him dragging his husky down the road, but tied to the back of his car. Right. And he was caught. When he was caught, he was enjoying a cup of tea, having a haircut. It's just absolutely bonkers. Yeah, they reckon his dog Daisy was dragged for 200 metres whilst tied to a rope. This was in High Littleton, near Bath. And here he is going to court. Son of a gun. Oh, there's a special place in hell for you, sir. And people witnessed the horror, tried to stop him by beeping and flashing their lights. But he refused to get out for his dog or tell police where he dumped her when they turned up at his home to find him enjoying a cup of tea and a haircut. The police eventually found the dog shortly after. But she had to be put to sleep 9 days after the incident, after failing to recover from her injuries. And they do have the injuries here, but they're all blurred out because she obviously, if you do that to a dog, it's gonna hurt them. It's gonna hurt them a lot. You know. It was a 2.5 hour hunt in the Somerset countryside for the dog. When she was eventually located in a cow barn in Gossard Lane, High Littleton, and she was rushed to a nearby veterinary hospital. And she sustained complicated and traumatic injuries, both including hind legs and open fracture to the foot. The hearing heard how one witness fell to the floor and went into shock after seeing the incident, and has been traumatised so much that they can't sleep and have been prescribed tranquilizers by the doctor. I mean, can you imagine seeing that? And during the police interview, Rendell smirked. And he laughed at their pleas for him to take his dog to the vet, and went on to state, "I'll do what I want, it's my dog." But again, in court, he was sentenced on Tuesday to 8 months in prison, suspended for 2 years, 300 hours of unpaid work, alongside a 20-year disqualification from having or keeping animals, with the exception of cattle and fish. He was also ordered to pay £5,000 costs. As he arrived at court, he was greeted by supporters of Daisy, waving banners and demanded justice for her. His mitigating behaviour was social awkwardness. Oh, Awful. Awful. Oh dear. That was just, that was the worst thing ever, wasn't it, really? Shouldn't have covered that. I want people to know. What else have we got? Meanwhile, Hugh Fernley Whittenstall has written a letter, a strongly worded letter to Rishi Sunak. He's part of a group which includes Yotam Ottolenghi, Dr. Chris Van Tulleken and Kimberly Wilson. And they've written this letter to Dishy Rishi complaining about ultra-processed foods. And they reckon that they're hijacking the taste buds of our children. Here we go. Here's you, Fernie Whittenstall. What? Yeah, they reckon they're blindfolding kids to flavour and texture. Okay. Instead, Whittenstall wants them to try some sautéed placenta instead, because that's the sort of thing he serves, isn't it? That's the sort of thing he eats. But it's the good stuff. Wasn't it enough they got rid of the turkey Twizzlers? Wasn't it enough? Meanwhile, Oxfam news. Now this is lucky. File this one under lucky bugger. Right. This is an unknown, an unwanted painting. This picture here. Right. It's a bit cheeky. Was donated to Oxfam because they didn't want it anymore, obviously. And it ended up raising almost £25,000 at auction. The impressionist piece was taken to auctioneers to be valued after being dropped off with other artwork at Oxfam branch in Oundle in Northamptonshire. And one of the valuers there, Greg Bateman, said he was stunned because he believed it had been painted by Henry Tuke around 1915. And he slapped a modest estimate of £400 to £600 on the picture because it wasn't signed and there was little background information. But at Bateman's auctioneers in Stamford, Lincolnshire, it went under the hammer for £24,800. Wowzers. Greg said, we help out a few charity shops. The first painting that came out was this one. I was amazed. I actually swore at her. I said, which was rather unprofessional. I said, it's a Tuke. But the problem was there wasn't a signature and there was no real official provenance. So there you go. The mystery artwork has become the most expensive painting the Batemans have ever sold, eclipsing the previous £12,000 for a large Trajan Hughes oil. But the money goes back to Oxfam and they take their £12 fee. So, wow, that was good, wasn't it? I bet the person who handed it over was feeling quite sad. Now, this story has probably one of the greatest pictures of the day. This is the story of Phineas Gage. Now, again, this is an old story, but the Mail have got it new. He was clearing the way for a new railway line in the state of Vermont back in September 13th, 1848, when there was an accident. There was an explosion which blew an iron rod into his head, and it went through his skull and out the other side before it landed 80 foot away, smeared with blood and brain. And I love this because this is one of the images they've produced. I don't know, it just tickles me. It's like I like his eye popping. It's like it's like Jesus. Yeah, so they've spent their time documenting this real case. Isn't that amazing? And it went straight through his brain. I mean, it's really clever what they've done with simulation. And this was the sketches of the time. And the accident destroyed most of his frontal lobe and ended up changing his personality. Oh, I don't want. There's an advert. There's a video. I want to see the video. It's not showing me the video. Nope. Any video? You can learn the piano apparently in just 2 weeks. So yeah, they've done a little animated thing. Little animated. Look, whee! So it's quite a. But they've brought a little bit of history to life there. 175 years later. But yeah, it was a very, very involved case. After his accident, Phineas Gage made various public appearances before taking up a job as a long-distance stagecoach driver in Chile. With his health failing, later relocated to California, where he died in San Francisco, age 36 in 1860. But yeah, he suffered from epilepsy after the incident. I'm not surprised after that injury. What else have we got? Are there any animal stories? Just checking. No. Just check my funny folder. Here we go. This is one from yesterday. Let's go to Florida amusement park, Gatorland. I wonder what they keep there. Well, they're celebrating because Gatorland have got a new exhibit, and there's a video, but I just want to see if it's going to do the thing. Just waiting. Is there an advert? Yes, there is an advert. Come on, advert. Play. He doesn't want to show the video. But it doesn't matter because we've got pictures instead. We've got here what they call a leucistic alligator. Right? And they're incredibly rare because they are pale with blue eyes. Look at that. These are incredibly rare. Here he is getting a checkup. The baby leucistic alligators were 19 inches at birth and given a clean bill of health. Oh, they're kind of cute. They've got blue eyes and everything. Yeah, there he is. There's two of them that have been born from an original, but first be born from an original. What does that mean? Is there an original one? I don't know. Anyway, so very rare alligator in Gatorland. So get yourself down there. The Gatorland said the baby alligators born to parents Jayanne and Ashley are doing well so far and already eating supplemental pellets and pieces of raw chicken. Savannah Bone, Gatorland Global Ambassador, said it's really hard to get people's heads around something around loving something or caring about conservation of something that can kill or hurt you. But when there are alligators like this that are beautiful, it works really well, and that people can have a different take on that. And the Gatorland are asking the public's help to name the baby gators, and they're going to be keeping mum and dad together to breed some more. of these incredibly rare animals. They said they've got a nice secluded spot for them, and we're going to keep raising this one, and we'll get some more offspring next year. So, any ideas? Gator face? That's not very good, is it? Anyway, I think we've done enough damage. Shall we see if there's anybody in after our full start? 5 people in. Oh, it's just dying on its arse, this is. Simon says, call me strange, but anything over 20 degrees can be too warm for me. And he says, Lucifer will know what to do with the dog torture. I hope so. I hope there's a special pitchfork with his name on it. We don't like that kind of stuff, but I just want people to know the guy's name and face. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that was the news. It was a bit patchy. I had a bad start. OBS kept crashing for some reason, and it got a bit wobbly, and I just, got a bit put off. Anyway, bacon sandwich. I'm gonna go and make the bacon sandwich. All right, because it's Wednesday. Thank you for watching. That was the news. Killing the channel, one video at a time. You know. You've got to drink it up. Ta-ta.